Hello everybody and welcome to this industrial design tutorial in which I'm going to show you a very easy and effective process digitally prototyping a design, starting with a concept study and then ending, as you can see here, with a more detailed version of this baby webcam. When I mentioned digital prototyping, we will actually start first with taking a look at all the sketches. The download link for this file is in the description of the video. Then we will build for the initial study the individual building blocks, as you can see here, cut out the base. And now we have a primitive which we could rotate and move around. For example, think about, does our interaction and ability to rotate this head work? And then step by step, we're going to add all the other details, the offset surfaces, the webcam, opening speaker, and whatnot. And then we will finish inside the Viso with a pretty nice color material and finished study. And with all that said, let's do it. Let's get started. One of the beautiful abilities of Shapr3D is how easy it is to digitally prototype an idea early in the design stage. And this is actually a really great product to explain that. You can see in the sketches I have all these details in there, but before I really pay attention to where all the electronics and openings go to, I would like to verify how this baby webcam can be rotated in the base. So let's build the basic components. That's all what we need. Here is the base, and I'm going to hide that body. Here is the main baby webcam, and there is the cutout, which we will cut away from there, and there is the base. Cool. Okay, so what I can do now is, well, here I have a base. This one sits on it. I move the move widget onto this ring, and now we can play around. Okay, that works. But you see, oh, that doesn't work, or that doesn't work. Now it intersects actually with the base. So the base is not really ideal if we want this base to be mounted on a table or mounted on a wall. So what can we do? That's pretty easy. Let's hide all this, go back to there. Here is um, half a circle, which I will revolve only to 180 degrees. Hide the sketches, and then that cross section of the sphere I will extrude into a cylinder. You notice that is kind of like the baby webcam. It's the base. You see how this perfectly overlaps. That's the same cylinder and the same half sphere base. So that one we will remove from the base. I might have to switch around the order. There we are. And look at that now. Because there's a magnet in the base, and here there's no mechanical connection, it's just simply magnetic. That allows us now, with this new cutout, to move the 3D widget to that ring. We can say, good, this will be wall mounted. There we are. So on the ground, that is the wall. And now I can rotate everything. Oh, look at that. This actually works really well till 90 degrees. So in case this is wall mounted, the camera would look actually horizontally away, or it will look down a little bit there. And in case this is too much to imagine, we can select everything. Let's say I go to there, and then I rotate this 90 degrees. There. Cool. Now that's kind of like the way how this could work. Easy peasy. That's pretty nice. Okay. These commands, when we rotate and move everything, will be captured. So we can either suppress those, so we have initial or different variations, or since we kind of like verified that the movability works, we can just delete them. And now comes the next stage. We want to build all these individual details. The front with the camera, microphone, infrared, the logo, and then also power button, um, speaker holes, and the charging port. Let's start actually with the front part. So how can we create kind of like this offset and then these rounded edges? We see this also here. This looks quite complicated. It's actually very easy. Everything here is built out of cylinder and spheres. So these are clean geometrical primitives. Alone, they're kind of boring. But when we use quantity as a design principle, then we can create really interesting combinations. The quantity, the mass of elements is going to what makes then everything look less empty, less boring, but also clean. So we're going to make a copy of this, move it forward, and then move it right to the same position. There we are. And then the first body I will hide and check this out now. So I select the surface of the sphere and make this 2 mm smaller. Then I select the face where we cut and I give this an offset of 2 mm. Here, this is maybe easier to select. There, we see the number 2 mm surface offset. We now turn back on our original design, or first one, I mean. There you see, we actually have that offset created. So easy. Then we select both, join them together. There we are. And now it's time to round these edges. 1 mm, 1.5 mm. Beautiful. This looks pretty good. We can go to the chord length version so we get really nice and even side surfaces. So you see all across with the chord length, the yeah, kind of like the width of this surface is exactly the same. And if we switch this to radius, you see that there's a minimal change. Can we go maybe with 2? Bring this bigger? Yeah, there we are. Very good. Beautiful. Now this looks actually really quite nice. If we want to perfect this, maybe this one, 0.5, and let's be consistent there, chord length 2. Easy peasy. So with the front detail now, how do we do all this? This is maybe a good moment where we can show our original sketches again. The profile side cut we can hide, and maybe from the bottom to the top, I work up. So here, all this I will select, and then I can project this onto that surface. Edge only on faces, so these faces are cut, and I can give that later a different material. Here we have a little bit of an opening in there too. Now this is good to now look at the references. There we can see elements slightly stick out. So here we have a sphere that goes in. There, this is just a tube. So I will do the following. I will extrude these faces and cut them in a little bit, maybe to there. Very good. Here now, very quickly, I'm going to prototype this idea. There is now a camera lens, you see. And then that sphere, I move inwards. There we are. See? It's actually pretty easy. We can make this also a little bit flatter if we want to by going to non-uniform scale and then flatten that a little bit more. There. Cool. here we have a ring, and then there is that lens. We do exactly the same idea there again. What might be the easiest way also to do this here? So I can cut this in a little bit so I see where everything is. I cut this down a little bit, let's say there. And then I could select this, go to extrude, and extrude this out a little bit. Now you see this. Or I could also say, so this ring, I would like to project on that face. Thank you. And then this, I should be able to extrude out a little bit. Well, the second one actually makes more sense because I know this is now 0.2 millimeters of an offset. How do we do the camera? Well, we do the same process again. Here, let's, nope, that was the wrong tool. Let's go to the scale, bonk, there we are. And then we move that thing inside. Perfect. Maybe it's better to change here the order. So movement and their scale. I can always click on the scale feature and then adjust how much this bulges out. There. Beautiful. Let's select these edges. 0.5. Oh, that's actually quite a lot. 0.2 of a millimeter. Very nice. Maybe we go fillet and edit. Let's add this edge to it too. So it's all nice and clean. And then these edges, so 0.05, very gently we break them. And we have a little bit of a flat side. Cool. You can see the front part pretty much is nearly done. So how do we do the back? Everything is cut in, so it's easy to memorize. Yeah, we can use these two and do a nice and big cut in. Okay, then we select this one and also do a cut in. Very good. Thank you. The first one can even go a little bit deeper. So this one. Yeah, so now we can see, we can imagine, yeah, the power, not the power, the USB port can go in there. That is good. We do not have these other buttons, so the speakers, so we can select all this, tap, tap, tap to select only the faces, and then we select the faces, extrude, and we cut in there. Beautiful. Okay. Now this is just a demo piece. Now, technically speaking, this wall wouldn't be this long because we would actually just have the speaker right behind it. But this is kind of okay. We can, as I just realized, maybe simplify this one step. Edit, and now I will add these edges to it too. So it's just one command to cut. One ring to rule them all, one feature modeling to do all the work. There we are. Let's hide the sketch. We would like to build our button. I extrude this button out, very important, as a new body. And then this front face, I will match to that curvature with the replace face command. There we are. Now we can select these edges and say 0.5. How is that? That looks pretty big. Let's go 0.25. That feels better. Here, very gently, we break this. Yeah, maybe 0.1. Yeah, okay. When in terms of design consistency. So this is 0.25. Let's go to here, 0.25. Very good. This should be rounder, so I will select these edges first, and then I can round this. What about here? 0.25. Yeah, that all works. Okay. Because now I have 3 times 0.25 fillet, that's kind of like a little bit insane, or is simply not very effective. So this one I bring in front, this one I delete. So I do this first, then I do my second run. And here I'm now updating these edges. Cool. If this is, for example, too tight, we can select this face, figure out where is that modeling command. Is it this one? Yes, that's the one. And just adjust it. That history is beautiful in Shapr3D. Cool. Okay, very nice. The maybe last thing now to do is, yeah, the base. This is plastic outside, and then there is a soft sticky material in the inside. Let's isolate this. How can we do the base very quickly? Pretty much the same way, or in a similar way. I will make a copy there and back. Very good. And now I select, I have to unisolate. I select the first base, isolate, and then I will select the bottom and these top faces, go shell, 1 millimeter. You see now, there we have the plastic shell, and with the plastic shell, we can remove its volume from the copy of that base. Is this correct? We want to keep the removed pieces. Oh, wait, the order was incorrect. So let's go to subtract. From that, we want, oh yeah, that's a bigger piece. From the bigger piece, we want to remove the shelled piece. There we are. And keep remaining. There. So there's that. And there is that. That's the inside. Don't trust me. There it is. Perfectly fits in. Okay, very good. Now we can go to detailing. Let's go to Visa. Can go to a dark background, then we can see everything quite nicely. Then let's go to material. This is the default. We can override the default to be white. There we are. Here we have a speaker. So change fabric. And there's a speaker mesh somewhere. There we are. Maybe change the scale. Very good. This and this, they have to be super glossy. Now I can go with glossy ABS. And then we make the color really dark, not black, but really dark. There we are. This ring here, I will select and also make glossy, but less black. And where are, there's the O, there's the W, there's the L. That is going to be a metallic metal. Polished, brushed, rough. Yeah, look, let's use that one. Punk. There we have a nice reflective piece on it. Now, as you can see that. We go back to here and take a look at this. There we see, so this front part is dark. Then this we can do a silver film. Okay, good. Let's go back to here. So these front faces here, and then there I select also the inside. And maybe this one. We can change the color. I want this to be nice and reflective. So let's go to this glossy ABS. There we are. We have multiple glosses here, so I can drag this one onto the material selection. You see how that then overrides everything. So this is the brighter version. Okay, very good. Oh, here we can do the same. And there we are. This one needs a fix. Perfect. And what we have here as the site, let's make that a nice reflective chrome. So we can go to metal. Well, now we can work with chrome or polished aluminum there. Beautiful. That looks quite nice. This does not have a lot of contrast, so how do we do this? Maybe I select just these faces, including that one, and then I switch that to the darker material. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Very good. We can make this a little bit darker too. There. Beautiful. When we go to the back, again, here now we are simulating where something could be. So these all should be holes. There's no light inside, so I will select these faces. I will go to the standard default material and then make this, in this case, actually really pitch black. Cool. Okay. And with the base, that's a softish material. Maybe that. And then there. Cool. Beautiful. Okay. You see, actually, this was really quite easy to do. The modeling, the prototyping, and then doing like a color material and finish study to very quickly design this. So this looks kind of nice and refined. Talking about refined, I just realized here's one last strip. Maybe that one I will change. You too. Beautiful there. And now this has a rough, kind of like a more matte ABS. If no, this matte ABS we select and then go to plastic and say glossy. You see how we can swap everything out, and here for all the sports fans. um, Melanine or PVC. There are all these different materials. Oh yeah, with leather. And go back, maybe white, maybe gray. Maybe gray actually is not too bad. We can play with the size of the texture and also the roughness. You see then how quite well we can specify how this should look. Okay, that's it.